I'm going to, you're not going to be able to see down there. I'm going to have to get a light. I'll get a picture down there, and while I'm kind of describing what we're going to do here, go ahead and just give you a picture down inside so you can see. Often there are a lot of rust inside, corrosion, things like that inside these. And it's super, super important to get those clean for what we're going to do next. We're actually going to restore the inside of this with a product called Red Kote, which will help seal the inside of it. That way we don't, it's supposed to put a brand new coating on the inside of it. Much in the same way they use them a lot on motorcycle gas tanks and things like that. It just creates a brand new rubber seal, seals everything, all that crud and other stuff. But we first have to clean it out. And what I have inside here, you can kind of hear it, is pretty easy. I got simple green and some aggregate. So I've got some washers and nuts, BBs, things like that in there. It's been soaking in here for probably about a week. I just keep shaking it back and forth every, a couple times a day. Make sure everything's good and agitated. Should get everything broke loose. And then we got to get everything out of here, and I'll show you that next. Okay, YouTube, I got all the liquid out of there, and this is what I use to get all the nuts and bolts and things out of there. It's kind of a tedious process, but just kind of stick this magnet down in here. Still trying to break anything else that can be broken off the sides as well. And go ahead and pull them out with the magnet. So kind of hard to do this with one hand, so I'm going to put you down for a minute, and we'll come back when this is done. Okay, YouTube, we got all the cans set up here. Got everything dried out, cleaned out inside all of them. And what I did here is I just set up some pieces of wood in a little container underneath it, because after I shake it, roll it around inside the container, you can reuse what's kind of what's not being used as a coating. And so I'm gonna drip it down in there and then try to use it for the other ones. So this is what I got: Red Kote fuel tank liner. And so we'll go ahead and get this mixed up, pour it in here, and kind of go through what we're supposed to do. I guess we're supposed to just kind of, not necessarily shake it, but kind of coat it real nice and slow. Put the cap on, get all, try to basically just cover it as kind of like a rubberized coating. So try to roll it all around and then let the excess come out. So we'll get this good shake, and we'll go from here. It's definitely red. Alright, let's get this poured in there. Alright, so give you a... It's going to be hard for me to do this with one hand, but kind of wanted to show a little bit about the process that I've been using to shake this. And what I'm trying to do is just get very slowly all of that liquid around here. Not so much shaking it, but... Oh, ouch, that hurt. That one's for you, YouTube. But just kind of, doing different, rotating it around kind of like that. And then up like this, and to the side. And a little bit easier when I'm going to use two hands here. Maybe I can get a shot of me doing that for you. Let's go here. Put you somewhere. Ah! There you go. Hopefully you can see. Process here. I'm just kind of shaking it nice and slow, letting it drain, Shake it over here. And you get the idea. It appears the blocking on those on woods is working great. So it's kind of dripping out of there and getting solidified, and we'll get these other two done. Okay, there, YouTube. Went ahead and got everything coated inside, drained out, and kind of letting it cure. And give you a look inside here. I'll go ahead and put a better picture up on the screen while I'm showing you here. Get down there in the light and take a picture. A few lessons that I've learned that I would do a little bit different if I did it again. The first thing is that you definitely would want to try to seal the gas tank prior to doing any of the outside work. Did get a little bit on the outside here, and this stuff is sticky. Of course, that's what it's designed to do. So with this one, wasn't too much of a big deal. And I did go ahead and leave the caps on there so the caps are solid as well. The only problem with that is I didn't think about the threads, so I would have probably rethought that idea. The other thing is that I tried to stretch the Red Kote a little bit too much. The container says that it will do up to a 15-gallon tank, and I have 3 5-gallon containers, and I thought I could go ahead and stretch it, and might have been able to, but it's not something that I would recommend. This one might be a little bit weak. So if I did it again, I would recommend 1 quart for 2 5-gallon jerry cans, and then that way you'll have plenty. It starts to get really sticky pretty quick, and once it gets sticky, it's harder to drain it out because it's supposed to coat the inside. And if you don't have enough in there, it's hard to coat it the way you're supposed to, especially with something like this. It's got ridges inside there. You still want it to be somewhat of a liquid to coat it as quickly and as easy as possible. Make sure you get complete coverage throughout. So that's definitely something that I would do different. Is I wouldn't try to stretch it. I was really trying to stretch it because the stuff's not cheap. I think it's about $30 or so on Amazon. So I was thinking like $10 per can, but at least that way I know the inside of these are really safe. And I'm at the first impression, I'm really impressed from the look down inside there. I think it looks really good. I think it coats it. It's going to do the job where I don't have to worry about rust and things like that getting inside there. So that's one thing that I would do different, is I wouldn't try to stretch it. Definitely want to coat the inside of your tank before you do any of the outside repair. And the other thing is that it is really stinky. The stuff has quite a bit of odor to it, letting it cure. So you definitely want to put it somewhere outside. Don't try to put this in the house. Don't put it in the basement while you're letting it set up. And so we're going to go ahead and show you some final pictures here, before and after. But would I use it again at this point? Definitely a thumbs up. I think it was fairly easy to use, other than the cost. It's not cheap. But I really like these cans, and they don't make them anymore. They've all got all that new stuff on them to protect the environment and stuff like that. So I like these older cans, and you can't get them. So I'm happy to bring them back to life, and I'm happy to use the Red Kote. First impression, it looks good, but we'll go ahead and in a little bit here we'll do a follow-up review after they've had a chance to cure, and maybe do a follow-up video and see how it's set up. But if you're looking for a way to restore gas tanks, it definitely looks like it works. It was pretty easy to work with, other than the cost. And don't try to push it too much. I think a 10-gallon tank, 12-gallon tank per quart is probably fine. 12 to 15, you're getting on the edge of how to use it. So hope you enjoyed the video. Talk to you next time.